Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 13, Chapter 1 Unrest and Resolve, Part 3. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the anime and manga series. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, Testarossa, can you talk now? It was too late to tell, and Rimuru reached out to Testarossa through the communication network. Thus Gobta was saved. No problem at all. So, Lord Rimuru, what can I do for you? Ah, yes. Hold on a second. He said this leisurely, and then this time also contacted Gobta and Gabble using the communication network. Is there a connection? Yes. I'm okay with that too. I have just discussed this with King Gazel. To take on the Empire, the vanguard goes to us, Tempest, but until then, we have to deal with the Empire first. Next Rimuru began to state what he had said to Gazel about the good things. Testarossa and neither of them interjected and listened through the instructions. Then, Lord Rimuru, can I take care of this negotiation? Yes, that's it. You should also continue to serve as a diplomatic officer on this side, giving you full authority to represent me. You may consult me at any time, granting you permission to contact me through the communication network, and maintaining your equal status with the army commander, in the hopes that you will work together with Gobta and Gabble to make things work. I'll do as you say. At the moment she, like Ultima, had been sent as an ombudsman, but Testarossa was on the other hand the chief of the Western Army. On the same level as Gobta and Gabble, she was the right man to send as an emissary to the Empire. Good. By the way, it should be dangerous to travel to the Empire as an emissary, is that okay? There is no problem. I will definitely show those who don't know the height of the Empire how Lord Rimuru is. That is, hopefully a war can be avoided if it can, but I don't think that should be possible. So after that, think of the Empire as an enemy, and just wipe them out. Hey, no, well, that's right. Just leave it to your servant. If those people are foolish enough to ignore Lord Rimuru's merciful ultimatum, it is not worth letting them live in this world at all. I will destroy them all. Testarossa was full of killing intent. Gabble, who felt this, was scared to death and thought to himself, I'm a little afraid to compliment such a terrible girl. Conversely, Gobta was as dumb as ever. Lord Rimuru, please be assured. Testarossa had a lot of energy and said some very imposing things the first time she went to war. I'll be right beside her. Don't worry. Hey, you? Of course it's me. I am at least a military chief, and I should take responsibility for my position. It is also my duty to guard the tender women. This kid, he's stupid, but I don't hate it. I know. Then I'll send Ranga over as well, and you'll go over with Ranga as Testarossa's escort. If the Empire responds to our demands, so be it. If you don't respond, there will be a war on the spot. You must be careful not to die. Leave it to us. I'm the best at running away. Is that so? Then I'll leave it to you. After saying this, Rimuru cut off the communication network. Just like that, the monster army decided to strike. Everyone was quiet, watching the situation. It's finally our turn. Everyone, get your stuff together, we're going on a march. Immediately afterwards, the army of monsters moved out simultaneously. Well, although it's a little different than I thought, that's how I felt after they communicated the order to Testarossa. To pretend that we're in a panic, the atmosphere just made it impossible to say that. That being said, Testarossa is so reliable. She seems to be able to show the Empire my majesty in a highbrow way. Did Testarossa mean what she just said about wiping out the Imperial army? No, how is that possible? But Testarossa is just like Diablo. Which means she's definitely a problem child, most likely serious. There were also unexpected takeaways. That is, Gobta has grown. Probably thanks to the responsibility I let him take on, he carried out his duties with great care. He's become very responsible. Is Ranga here? Yes. Ranga burrowed out of my shadow. Ranga, you stay with Gobta and protect him if anything happens. Yes, master. So what's the best time to leave? Since the fighting power of the Empire was unknown, it was disturbing to rely on Gobta alone. Please go right now. Then I'll be on my way. Please. It's true that Gobta has become more reliable, but it's reassuring if you're with him. Put it on me, master. First of all, regarding the deal with the Empire, most of them will break up. At that point we will declare war and expect it to start immediately. What should we do to get everyone in formation then? There is no doubt that there will be a war with the other side, according to the words and reactions of Testarossa. Honestly, I'd like to avoid fighting the other side, but that's just not possible. Since they have sent their troops so far into our country, I don't think they will come back empty-handed. If Testarossa decides to go to war after dealing with the other side, the city will be immediately isolated inside the labyrinth. In that case, I think it would be better if you called on Ramirez first. Right. Things have come to this point where we are about to go to war and she shouldn't be bored. And after that, as a matter of common sense, the battle is too great. But also the ability to treat the enemy as a giant object and the thing called a magic tank as a magic creature. That would be to our advantage. As for the accompanying supply force, it was nothing to write home about. Benimaru's confident attitude had shown that. However, if troops are deployed on a large scale, they may become the victims of the magic tank artillery. Already trying to calculate the power of the magic tank cannon based on the images known to Lord Rimuru, the Green Legion should not be able to hold out. Therefore, the first one to be sent to confront the Imperial Army could only choose the Wolf Rider troops. Huh? Wouldn't that be too much of a strain? Should I challenge myself on 100 horses? Yeah, I was going to arrange it this way at first and see what happens. If the enemy's magic tanks are as I expected, all our forces will be able to overcome them, and if they exceed expectations, then the battle plan must be redrawn. So that being said, whatever the outcome, it's important to hit it off with the other side first. It's not fun to add victims in this situation. The implication of this is that he intends to take Gobta and test them. I'm afraid that one careless mistake will turn all the Wolf Rider troops under Gobta into dead soldiers. Worst case scenario, what will happen to them, and Gobta? I have already told them that they should judge for themselves and run away with the shadow movement. So that's it. Is that the basis for keeping the Green Legion in place? Benimaru predicted the performance of the magic tank, that is from my memory, with knowledge as the basis. But all this knowledge comes from television and doesn't feel very accurate. Having said that, I have the formidable companion of the King of Wisdom, Master Raphael, and although those memories are ambiguous, I think the Master should be able to calculate the specifications very correctly. Benimaru's predictions and Master Raphael, the King of Wisdom, had turned out to be only slightly wrong, and this part of the battle plan was sure to go according to Benimaru's view. Listening to the instructions made me realize that it made a lot of sense, too. If you're afraid, you lose, that's what Benimaru seemed to say to the Green Legion. Of course, no one knows what will happen on the battlefield. It is also possible that the enemy may not play his cards right and may miss the point. Although it is possible to guard against a direct hit without losing one's life, such a thing cannot be determined until the moment of the final showdown. So I want all of them to abide completely by one thing, and that is to withdraw immediately if anything happens. However, escape is a last resort. Let the majesty of Lord Rimuru be stained. I must not let that happen. Don't force them. It's impossible. It is the proper etiquette that one must exert in oneself in order to achieve victory. Only to see Benimaru respond in such a way, showing a bright smile. He didn't have the slightest confusion on his face and felt handsome, but I was in a complicated mood. On the one hand, I can understand the meaning of Benimaru's words, but on the other hand, I feel like I'm saying, there's no reason to sacrifice some people for this. Actually, my prestige really doesn't matter at all. If you have the talent to protect the majesty of your country, but you have to sacrifice to protect that majesty, isn't that putting the cart before the horse? Whichever partner it is, I don't want them to get hurt. Just be prepared for the worst and be ready to teleport the 3rd Legion at any time and let them be reinforcements. If it was me going into battle myself, there would have been no such fear. I began to feel uneasy in my heart.